Hi everyone. Welcome back to the React ChatBotify tutorial series. Today we're integrating a simple LLM chatbot with Google Gemini via the official LLM connector plugin. We'll explore two approaches. The first, a direct connection to the Gemini API, which is ideal for testing. The second, via a proxy connection, which is recommended for production. So, without further ado, let's dive right in. Over here, I've got a plain React project with React ChatBotify set up. To integrate with Google Gemini, we'll rely on the LLM connector plugin. So let's install it. Nice. Let's quickly import the plugin and initialize it. Now, the plugin ships with 3 default providers, but since we're integrating with Gemini, we'll import the Gemini provider. Before we can even use the provider, let us define a simple conversation flow. We'll start off with a simple greeting. We'll then add an auto transition to a LLM block. This LLM block is where we'll set up interactions with Gemini. Let's check out the plugin documentation to find out how we can set up the Gemini provider. There is an example here for a browser-based LLM. We can copy this for use as a template. That said, we'll actually need to swap out the web LLM provider for the Gemini provider. So let's return to the documentation to find the configurations for the Gemini provider. We can see there's a basic snippet provided here for the direct mode. It also warns against using direct mode for production, but we're just trying out things, so let's go with it. Since we're using the direct mode, an API key is required. I've already obtained an API key from Google Gemini prior to this, so let me quickly drop the API key in. Finally, since we're using TypeScript, we'll also need to typecast the block which provides the LLM connector attribute. Okay, let's quickly start up the chatbot and try sending a message. Wonderful! We've verified that it works. Now, this setup is great for testing, but if we're intending to put this into production, proxy mode is the recommended approach. This is because we want to avoid having our API key exposed on the client side. So let us go back to the Gemini provider configuration to see what needs to be changed. First, we definitely need to change the mode from direct to proxy. We also note that the base URL is required in proxy mode. Well, seems like it doesn't require a lot of configuration changes, so let's get to it. We no longer need the API key in proxy mode, so let's get rid of it and add the base URL instead. The mode also needs to be set to proxy. Now for the base URL, it needs to point to a backend proxy server that is Gemini compatible. For this tutorial, I've already gotten a proxy server up and running using a lightweight LLM proxy project. It is currently served on port 8000, so I'm going to quickly visit the Swagger docs page to check that it is up and running. Let's just fire off one of the endpoints to make sure things are working fine. Perfect. We're getting a response. If you would like to try out this same LLM proxy, you can find links to this project and set up instructions in the video description. Now let's return to the project and enter the URL that points to our proxy server for the Gemini model. Based on the setup of the proxy server, we'll also need to specify how the content will be generated within the model field. Let's verify that we got it right. Yup. Seems okay. All changes are in place. Let's try out the chatbot again. Runs a little slow sometimes. Let's give it a while. Okay, there's the output. Took unusually long. Let's try once more. Okay, a little better, but let's try one more time. Okay, the backend is taking a while to respond, but we're definitely getting responses. Now, what we have here is a basic setup, but there are various other configurations available for the Gemini provider, so feel free to explore and experiment as you wish. If you would like to find out more about other LLM providers, such as for browser-based models or OpenAI, do check out our other videos. Hope you found this tutorial useful. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.